Hello my best friend, how are you today? Meet again on the Batara Media Channel, which discusses business and entrepreneurship. In this video, we will share information about let's invest in short-term more carefully. Let's look at the video to the end. Short-term investments are often identified with a bad meaning. However, for you a business person, the turnover of money is one of the important things to do. Why? The turnover of money in a business has many functions and benefits. One of which is as a preparation for additional business capital later. One form of money turnover that many business people have done in recent years is investment. Investments also have various types, ranging from short-term investments, medium-term investments, to long-term investments. On this occasion, we will discuss more deeply about short-term investment for business people. What is a short-term investment? Short-term investment is a type of temporary investment due to the nature of the investment that can be easily converted into cash. Usually, short-term investments only take a few years. Even today, there are several types of short-term investments that offer the opportunity to be able to convert cash in just 3 to 12 months. Short-term investment itself can also refer specifically to a financial asset, be it for individual or corporate ownership. In this context, the type of investment that is running is expected to be able to generate or convert cash in just a short time. One of the things you should understand before you start investing is the risk profile. The risk profile itself can be interpreted as a form of evaluation of a person's willingness or ability to be able to take a risk. This will influence you in making decisions to determine the right allocation of investment assets for your portfolio. Difference between short-term investment, medium-term investment, and long-term investment. After knowing what an investment is and a risk profile, the next thing you have to understand is the various types of investments based on the investment period. This period of time will later affect all your investment activities, including in terms of getting results or profits. The investment period itself can be divided into 3 types, namely short-term investment, medium-term investment, and long-term investment. Check out the full explanation as follows. 1. Short-term investment. As the name suggests, this type of investment only requires a fairly short time. It usually ranges from 1 year or more. The purpose of making this investment itself is usually more focused on getting fast profits for various purposes such as vacations or as an emergency fund. For this type of investment, it is recommended to do it on investment instruments with a low risk profile. Some types of investments with a low profile include deposits, P2P lending, retail government bonds, money market mutual funds, and retail saving bonds. Short-term investments do have a small level of risk, but it is also comparable to the profit you can get to be not too big in each period. 2. Medium-term investment. Medium-term investments are usually classified into types of investments that take 1 to 5 years to be able to enjoy the results. Usually, these medium-term investments are made with the aim of preparing a house down payment, continuing education, and various other plans. This type of investment is suitable for a business person who has a conservative and moderate risk profile. Some examples of medium-term investments such as ORI, fixed income mutual funds, mixed mutual funds, and retail sukuk. 3. Long-term investment. The last type of investment is a long-term investment where you need a longer time, more than 5 years, to be able to get results or profits. This type of one is usually designed for those of you who want to manage future finances with goals such as the cost of buying a house, the cost of pension funds, to the cost of children's education. Common types of investments are stocks, gold, or stock mutual funds. The thing you need to know from this type of investment is that the longer the investment time, the greater the risk profile. That is why there is the term high risk, high return, because market movements are very volatile. How short-term investing works. Another important thing you should know is the purpose of a short-term investment. This goal can apply to companies or individuals. The goal is to protect the capital owned while generating a refund fund similar to the bill index fund or similar to other benchmarks used from the beginning. This type of investment usually has a way of working where the company is in a strong enough cash position so that it is able to invest the excess money in the form of stocks or bonds. The goal is to earn higher interest when compared to keeping it in a normal savings account. Advantages of short-term investment. The profit obtained can be reflected directly from the income statement during the investment period. This short-term investment has a low level of risk so that it is considered to be more stable when compared to other types of investment. Short-term investments can help your business in diversifying the type of income it has if at any time there is market volatility. Disadvantages of short-term investment. Due to its low profile level, the rate of return on short-term investments is quite low when compared to other types of investments. If there is a decrease in the value of this investment, it will be able to directly affect the net income of the business you have. Types of short-term investments. 1. P2P lending. The first type of short-term funding that is in demand by many business people is P2P lending. This type of funding is basically similar to the process of borrowing and borrowing in general. There are lenders who act as lenders to finance certain businesses or projects. Later, the return obtained from the loan will be a benefit that will be given to lenders. For its own time frame, P2P lending has a variety of lengths of time ranging from months to several years. 2. Term savings. The next type of investment is term savings. This type of one is actually similar to ordinary savings because it can be withdrawn at any time. Except that it does have a much higher interest rate. Therefore, term savings are widely used as a means of short-term investment. 3. Deposits. Although valued similarly to term savings, deposits themselves do offer much greater profits due to more favorable interest rates. The difference is if the term savings are printed on the account, while the deposit is recorded on the certificate. 4. Stocks. Stocks are one type of short-term investment that is currently popular lately. With its high-risk, high-return nature, this type of investment requires a fairly large capital if you want to buy shares from a relatively stable company. 5. Mutual funds. Mutual funds themselves are a type of investment that is popular among small business owners. Mutual funds are a type of investment where later you will be assisted by an investment manager in the form of various investment instruments. Mutual funds are suitable for novice investors because of their fairly large types and low risk profile. Maximize funds. Investment has indeed become one of the means for business people to be able to make money turnover and also get profits at the same time. Set targets and evaluate each investment activity you do so that it can be more measurable and directed. That's the video about let's invest in short-term more carefully. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to always support us by subscribe, like, share and comment. See you in the next video.